Hi, it's Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a futures trading tutorial using the NinjaTrader platform. We have our very special and intuitive Guardian zones, which are support and resistance zones on multiple time frames on this chart, and they're totally automated. They appear and disappear as and when specific decision points are reacted to within the markets. Currently we have the 30, the 15 and this current 3-minute support and resistance zone. So the amber colors are the current 3-minute zone, this chart that we're on. The 15-minute zones, you see the blue zone down at the bottom here, and then the 30-minute zones are in green. So what we have is that confluence of zones down this bottom here to show really strong support. So the idea with these Guardian zones, and the link to subscribe to the Guardian zones is down below in the description. So these are to keep you safe, and so you're not shorting into support, and you've got lots of fresh air, and you're trading between the zones. And there's been 3 trading opportunities on copper futures today. We've had one for the European session, we have had one pre-market to the US session, and then another one at the US session open as well. So I'm going to go through all 3 and just discuss where we go. So the VWAP Predator is the signal generator that we're going to be using today, and again the link for the NinjaTrader version is down below. It's also available for TradingView and soon Thinkorswim. So the idea with this is with the VWAP, we have the main VWAP in the middle here in the blue lines here. Above we have some green zones which are bullish, right? And then we have some bearish zones below. They're fib standard deviations. So what we have is when we get increased volume, we get a distribution candle for a sell as well, and that opens in one zone and closes in another, we get a sell signal. So the idea here is to short this 1 tick below the low of this sell signal. It's easier for the stop loss here is we're just above that support and resistance zone. Our entry is just below, so then we work out a risk reward of 1 to 2, which is around about 45 ticks win trade here to the next support and resistance zone. So we've got what we call fresh air. We've got a great risk reward. We take the signal and we take 45 ticks. Again, when we hit these zones, we must respect them, take the profit. We can use the ribbon here from the manager to manage the trade, but in effect, if we are driving down into one of these strong support zones from multiple time frames, we just need to take the profit. Then we move along in time. There was a sell signal, but we don't sell into support here, and again that is a prime example. Buy signal here, we don't buy into the resistance zones. Buy signal here, the risk reward isn't great. It was eventually a good trade anyway, but again, me sticking to the rules. So we get to pre-market 0715, 0730 on the US, on the EST. We get a great signal. We get an open just above the VWAP, a close below the VWAP. It has higher than average volume. It is also a distribution candle, hence the signal. The stop, again, we can use that support and resistance zones for the stop. Entries here, this time were 1 to 1.6. This was another 45 tick move all the way into that support zone there. That's 90 ticks so far today. And then just after the open, we start the Guardian zones just started to form some new zones here. This was really short-term resistance, but we did test them, and then we got a sell about 12 minutes after the open. We got a sell signal here, entry just below the low. The stop in this case would be below, above this pivot, and in this case we're 1 to 1, and with a VWAP that's the minimum risk reward we'd want to be. Eventually it did come all the way down and test the bottom of that zone, and right now you can see this live, and the price actions hanging around, and we've got this ribbon from the manager still red, but if it turns green you take out. So all in all, we're probably about 110 ticks in profit today for copper futures, which is 1,250 bucks, just for 100 ticks. So this is a good trading day, very sensible strategy. Guardian zones can be used on NinjaTrader for any strategy, any signal strategy to trade between the zones. It's there to keep you safe. Check out the links below for that and the VWAP Predator.